This game is called the King's Indian Defence. 4 pawns attack with Svetozar Gligoric playing the black pieces. He's being attacked by Sergio Mariotti. Okay? Now, if I remember correctly, my memory's going back 52 years ago or 53 years ago. No more. I'm 70. This is about 920? 51 years ago. I think it's 50. So I'm going back half a century ago in my memory. If I remember correctly, I'm going to surprise you guys with one of the greatest games I've ever seen. If it's the same game, it's a fantastic game. Here it is. Now, unfortunately, that might not be this game. But I think Mariotti played it 4 pawns attack. But if I can't find the game this time, I'm going to find it anyway. But here we are. We have Sergio Mariotti playing white, Svetozar Gligoric playing black, d4, knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7. We've got the King's Indian fianchetto, e4, d6, f4. This is the way they used to play chess in the old days. They don't play it anymore because the lines have been basically refuted by the Super Grandmasters. C5, which is one of the main refutation lines. But Mariotti was he was a very pushy guy. Castles, bishop e2, e6, pawn, takes g4. Here he comes. Look at this. He played g4. He's going for Svetozar Gligoric, one of the greatest opening theoreticians the world has ever seen. Knight c6. Here he comes. h4. Did I tell you this would be an exciting game? Right. Knight to d4. And he correctly plays his knight in the centre of the board where it's going to have an effect on his king position. h5, here he comes. This is Sergio Mariotti. Those Italians are crazy, aren't they? Right? Here we go. Pawn to d5. So what Svetozar Gligoric's theory here is, he's adopting modern theory, is if someone's attacking on the side of the board, you have to counter-attack in the centre of the board. But Mariotti says, oh no, I'm still coming, Svetozar. And he pushed the pawn on the knight. So the knight came forwards. He says, I can't just sit back there and let you attack me, so I'm going to attack you. Pawn takes pawn. He says, I'm coming to get your king. He says, oh, you can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. Anyway. Queen to d3, what's he doing now? Well, he might be transferring his queen over here so he can get a check. This Italian is a mighty attacking player. I'll tell you, this is chaos. Yes, Whippy Chess summed it up perfectly. This game is utter chaos. Lionel Chessy calls him a pawn pusher. Mariotti was no pawn pusher, he was a genius. And he loved the pawn to b5 and have a look at the centre. Do you think this is going to distract the great Mariotti? No, nothing will distract him. He played knight takes knight. He says, oh, I don't like that knight. And the pawn took and attacked his queen. He says, well, I'm going to attack you. And he says, all right, you attack me. He says, do you want my knight, would you like to take my knight, or would you like to have a check and win my rook? You can have everything. I just want a couple of checks myself. Anyway, so he took a pawn off. He says, oh, I'll check you later. Bang, in he comes, the Mariotti attack. The king went there, and now this is a beautiful move. Oh, I thought he played something else. I expected him to play rook h6. Rook h6, look at this move, rook there. But no, he played pawn here. Why would he have played pawn there before rook h6? Oops. Look at the dynamic. Look at him push those pawns. It's worth going back to watch, isn't it? Now he's threatening queen takes pawn check. That's the point. There's 2 points of pushing the pawn. He wants to play queen takes pawn check, but he also wants to open up the bishop, right? So that's why he plays pawn to f5. He wants to have an extra piece to come into to the attack. So pawn takes pawn. Now rook to h6. That's right, because black is threatening to trap his queen. But now he can get a check. And now what does the great Svetozar Gligoric do here? Well, he gives him a check, and he says, watch out, you're in check, son. He says, I'm moving away. You can take me rook, but be careful. He takes the pawn. Why does he take the pawn? Well, he takes the pawn because now, if he takes the pawn with check, he can move away with check, right? He can move away with counter check to the king. Check, check, and counter check. So he played king there. He's out of check. He says, now what are you going to do? We gave him another check. He says, I'm going to go and hide in the corner. He says, that's where your king should be. So he played knight to d6. Isn't this a wild game, eh? And now, queen takes pawn check. Finally, white's got a check. Finally got a check. Let's have a look at the position. He's got 3 minor pieces. So, yeah, he's got a good check. The king went back. So he gave him another check. He won't leave him alone. The king went there. And he played bishop there. Now, it looks like, in this position, it looks like rook check here is a great move. But unfortunately, the pawn, the queen can take the rook off. So if you play queen check, rook check here, queen takes rook, and after pawn takes bishop, you can pin the queen against the king. Can you see that? So he can't play rook check. He can't do it. So what does he do? He develops his pieces. He wants to bring his last castle in with a check. He says, I need one more check, just one. And then the queen went there. So he says, all right then, I'll give you a check. And now where does he go? He says, at last, I'm safe, I'm safe. Well, he thinks he's safe. There's another check. White likes to attack, doesn't he? This great chess player, Sergio Mariotti. It's probably one of his greatest games. The rook went in, but you've got to give credit to Svetozar Gligoric. What a great defender. There's a check over here now. He won't leave him alone, will he? He's given him another check. And he put his queen in. He gave him another check. Where's he going this time? We went back. He says, I don't like this. I'm going over the other side. And they gave him another check. He likes to get a check. Knight takes. He gets another check. He's very good at check, isn't he? The king moved there, and now do you think, at last, Mariotti's ran out of moves. No, he's hitting the queen. He won't leave him alone. Poor old Svetozar, he won't leave him alone. So he played queen there. He wanted to stop this queen. He wanted to stop queen here, which would have been very nasty. So he takes that one off. The king takes. And now, another check. He's found another check. Oh, gee, what a great game, eh? He's found another check. But you've got to give it to him. What, isn't he? Wasn't he dog? He's like a little, one of those little dogs that comes around and bites you on the ankle and won't let go. There you go. So he played king here. So now what does he do? Oh, he attacked the queen. Oh dear. That looks like a good move. The queen ran away. Svetozar Gligoric won't give up. He's a good fighter. He gives him a check. King went there. And now he took his rook off. There's not many pieces left. He gave him a check. Oh, look, black's got a check. He says, I've got a check. I've got a check. King there. And that's the end of the game. White won. That game was played in Praia da Rocha in Italy. Praia da Rocha in Italy. There we go. And it was played in 1970, around about the time Bobby Fischer won the World Championship. So if you ever want to replay through a great 4 pawns attack, right? Well, you've got to look at this game. This is one of the greatest games I've ever seen with the King's Indian 4 pawns attack. Svetozar Gligoric against Sergio Mariotti. What a great game. Okay. So okay, so here we go. Maybe we should have a look at another one of Sergio Mariotti's games. He must have liked the 4 pawns attack, right? So we'll go back. Where were we before? We'll go back here. Well, do you want me to show you how we dismantle the King's Indian attack? This time I'm going to take you to a game between the great Svetozar Gligoric playing the black pieces and playing the white pieces, none other than the great Geller. P. Geller. Now, P. Geller was a champion. He was a great theoretician. This game was played in Sweden about the year I was born. Now, I don't know whether it was before I was born or after I was born, but I was born in September in 1952. This game was played in 1952 at Saltsjöbaden in Sweden. And so I may not have been born, or I may be just a few months old at the time this was played, between these two great players. We're going to have another 4 pawns attack, except this time we might get a different result. Okay. G6, knight c3. Svetozar Gligoric is again playing the black pieces. Bishop g7, e4, d6, f4. Here he comes. c5. Pawn takes pawn. Seems to be fashionable at the time. Queen to a5. Now this is how Svetozar treats the opening. Bishop d3. Queen takes pawn. Knight to f3. Knight there. Queen to e2. The idea is to play bishop here and chase the queen away. Castles. Chases that queen away. It went over there. He's happy over there. It's a good square. Castles. And now we have a game. And this is a theoretical position. This is a main line that I've even had this position in my games. That's right, I've had this position in my games. And, knight here. He's threatening the bishop. It's a real problem. The bishop goes back. So he plays knight here. He's attacking the other bishop. He won't leave him alone. Knight to d5. Now we have a critical situation where the bishop is pinning the knight. So he gives him a check. Yes, he does. He gives him a check. And the king moves. So now what does black play here? Knight takes knight. Pawn takes and bishop to d7. Okay, so in this position, black could have taken the pawn, but believes that after rook hits bishop, there's too much firepower been activated. So he develops his bishop. H3 says, I'm going to chase your knight away, so he runs away. He hits the queen. The queen moves back. He develops the rook. And now we think that finally black's position is stabilised. Rook to c8. Bishop hits queen. The queen goes back and hides in the corner. So it's an interesting position, isn't it? King to h2. Pawn there. Knight to d4. And it does look like white's improved the position somewhat. And black would be flat out trying to find good moves. But he plays rook to... plays rook to c3. Activates his castle. And he played rook to d1. I'm not really impressed with this move. Bishop hits castle. Yeah, I don't like this. Rook there, I don't like that. I thought he might be better to be changing a castle off. Now the rooks are doubled. Now there's a problem here because Svetozar Gligoric is starting to make inroads, controlling key squares on the queen side. Now, if white could manage to attack on the king side, we'd have a game. So he played queen to f3, knight to d7. Where's that knight going? Well, the knight could be headed here. Knight here and knight there. We'll have a look and see what happens. Queen to f2 was played. Rook here. Look at this move. Rook in the corner. What a strange move. It's called the chess players, the grandmasters, would call this a prophylactic move. Knight to e2. Bishop hits castle. Now what he's done, look at the bishops, the way these bishops are coming in here controlling the squares. The bishop went to b1 and white's going backwards. So he took his rook off, bishop takes, and now how do you save the castle? He's threatening bishop here, traps the castle. Bishop there. Well, he pushed the pawn on the queen. He wants to play pawn takes pawn, discovered attack on the pawn. Right? This is the great Ephraim Geller playing the white pieces. Knight f6. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes. And bishop hits castle. We did talk about this castle being in a funny position. Played rook to d3. He says, I'm okay. I'm actually threatening knight takes pawn now. At the right time. He's still got to hold his f pawn, this pawn here. So queen moves up. So what's white thinking? How can white attack? Well, white would like to play bishop here and rook takes knight. That's his only chance. Bishop takes bishop. He's getting hacked apart here. He says, here he comes. He wants to play rook takes knight. Rook here. Knight there. Well, rook takes knight might have been best. But he played knight there. He's attacking the castle. Rook there. Uh-oh. There's a check on this square. It looks really bad. Rook takes bishop. Queen there. You better go back and defend your king. Yeah, he's got to defend his king. But the queen's coming in. Look at this. He's trying to hold everything, but it's not easy. Now knight hits knight. Can you see what he's doing? Once he can take the knight, he can take the pawn with check. And it'd be curtains. So he played rook there. So he played queen takes pawn. He's getting closer to this king. Remember, you can't take the knight because of rook takes pawn check. And that is the end of the game. Because really, he's got no moves. He's got bishop takes pawn, but he played bishop takes pawn, queen takes knight, check wins, or knight takes knight wins. Okay? And if he plays knight takes knight, in this position, if he played knight takes knight, or rook takes pawn check would be a checkmate. Okay, so there you go. So we can just go back one more time. Yeah, we can go back here. So we did say we'd like to see some more games from Sergio Mariotti. So we'll go back again. Sergio Mariotti, eh? He played some good games, didn't he? I'll go back. Got a great database here on chess.com. Oh, it's just searching. I'm trying to find I'm sure Sergio Mariotti must have had. Okay. So I'm looking at Sergio Mariotti, King's Indian 4 pawns attack, and he's only got one game in the database. And as I say, that would be that wonderful game against Svetozar Gligoric. He played him in 1970, yeah. Yeah, so that would be the game. That's probably the greatest game that he ever played. Sergio Mariotti was a grandmaster. He was born on January the 1st, 1946, so he's 77 years of age. I don't know whether he's still playing. It says here, most recent. I don't know whether he's still playing. Yeah, but he played that was his best game against Svetozar Gligoric, the King's Indian 4 pawns attack. I wonder who else would have played that. It's certainly an exciting opening, isn't it, the King's Indian 4 pawns attack? It certainly inspired me to try to play it. it inspired me to play the King's Indian 4 pawns attack. I've played a few games with the King's Indian 4 pawns attack. I think so. I wonder if I can find my own games. So I'm going to try to find in archive. So I'm going to go into my games, right? My games. I'm going to look at my games. I'm going to do an advanced search. So this is a wonderful thing about chess.com. You can have your own library. And I have not saved any games, so I don't remember any particular games. But I'm going to go and look at I won, opponent title, I don't know, openings. I'm going to go openings. I'm going to go King's Indian 4 pawns attack. I'm playing white, aren't I, right? No, yeah, I'm playing white, that's all right. So I won, opening title. No. Opening. King's Indian. Doesn't say 4 pawns attack. I would have liked to play the King's Indian 4 pawns attack. I wonder if it's just got under 4 pawns. All right, no, I'll put my colour as white. In the openings, it doesn't have the 4 pawns attack. It doesn't have the 4 pawns attack. Benoni, is it? No. It's King's Indian defence. So I'm just searching for where I might have played some stupid opening. I can probably tell from the positions of the pawns. I play some ridiculous chess sometimes. I'll try to find a game against a good player. I know I haven't played one recently. Won by checkmate. I'm going to try to find a win by checkmate. I wonder if I can find a King's Gambit. King's Gambit, I'll try to find it. Wow, I won a King's Gambit there. Played at 90.2% accuracy. I'm trying to find an opponent. I know what I'll do. What have I won against King's against the GM? No. One, I'll just put one. A lot of these players, they won't resign. I can't. I've never beaten the Grandmaster with the King's Gambit. I'm trying to find a game against a titled player. I don't seem to be able to be beating them. These are all the international masters. So I've beaten lots of international masters using the Queen's Pawn opening. How many Grandmasters have I beaten using the Queen's Pawn opening? Oh, I've beaten a few. Yeah, so I found some results. I played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. I played one player twice. I beat Grandmaster Joey. Big Grandmaster Joey playing the Queen's Pawn opening. Big Grandmaster Georgescu. And Grandmaster Radu. So there you go. I haven't reviewed any of the other games. Here's a nice game. This is against a Grandmaster. I found a nice game that I could show you. It's only a short game, 19 moves. But this shows you how you can beat a Grandmaster by playing in 19 moves. Right, here we go. Okay, so here we go. We're playing Grandmaster, whatever his name is. He's from Canada. D4. I played white, D4. Played A5, so I played knight C3. Played G6. Now, this guy was really cheeky. I can remember he played A5. I think he thought, oh, you're only a FM. And I'm going to do what Dina Belenkaya said about FM. She said, we Grandmasters undress FMs. And I thought, oh, that's sexy. E4 was played, Bishop G7, but Dina Belenkaya, oh, she's gorgeous. Have you ever watched her? Oh, knight F3. I think she was into chess boxing. But she still looked pretty even when she was boxing. Pretty wild. D6, Bishop C4. So I am an unabashed Dina Belenkaya fan now. C6. A4 was played. I'm restricting him, Grandmaster Wateriotov, of playing B5. Played Queen C7. He's trying to hide from me. So I played Knight G5. I thought, well, I'm going to attack his pawn. And he played E6. So I played F4. I decided to play like Mariotti. I want to play like Mariotti. D5 was played. So I just moved my bishop back. And he took it off. So I took with the knight and brought an extra knight towards the king. He took a pawn off. And I thought, you beauty. So I played bishop c4 and attacked his bishop. Now he's got a problem. His problem is that if he moves his bishop, I've got a knight check and I'm going to take his pawn. So he doesn't like this. So he played queen to d8 as a preventative move. I just simply played c3. Then he decided to attack my knight. So I thought, well, I'll attack your king, buddy. Right. So he took with the king. And then I took the bishop. So he played knight f6. He thought, oh, I'll get a draw here. I thought, no, you won't. So I played knight there. And he played b6. He said, go away. So I did. I went to knight to d3. Now he can't take the pawn because knight check will win the queen. So he thought, I know what I'll do. I'll get my pieces out. And I thought, great, well, I'll give you that dirty big check. So he went king to g7. So I took his pawn. It wasn't the best move, but I did take it. I took his pawn. And he played rook e8. But I have a really good move in this position against the Grandmaster. What move would you play here, Uncommon King, Harrison Utes? I played a really good move against the Grandmaster in this position. I have 1 minute and 26 seconds left. Well, I played this move. I played queen to c2. And now the Grandmaster looked at the position. He says, oh, dearie, dearie me, he said, I can't stop checkmate. That's right, the Grandmaster can't stop checkmate. Doesn't matter what he does, he can't stop checkmate. Well, he doesn't like the position anyway. He can play rook here. He resigned, but he could play rook here. Right? Or he could play rook here, I suppose. And then I give him a dirty big check. Now, if he goes in the corner, I could give him another dirty big check, knight check. And if he goes here to hold everything, well, I can push this pawn. And then that way I've got a bishop takes pawn check. He says, oh no, that would hurt. I don't like bishop takes pawn check. So his only move would be queen here, I think. And then I could play bishop takes pawn check. And then he could play queen here. Right? I could but I take his knight. I don't take the queen because the castle can take back. No, I take the knight with check. And now he's only got one move. He can't put the queen in because it's pinned against the king. So his only move is rook here. And I can play queen takes rook check. Look at that. Mate. And that would be the final position against the Grandmaster. So that's how I beat a Grandmaster. He resigned in this position, but that's what could have happened. We could have finished like this in 24 moves, but in 19 moves, the Grandmaster resigned. There we go. How's that? Did you like that one? Did you like that win against the Grandmaster? That's how I beat a Grandmaster in 19 moves. And that was Grandmaster Wateryov. His real name is Anton Kovalyov. Anton Kovalyov. So that was his real name. He's a real Grandmaster. And what else can we see? Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to look for Grandmaster games that I've beaten very quickly. Well, I beat Grandmaster Joey in 25 minutes. This is how I beat Grandmaster Joey in 25 minutes. This is going back a bit. Going back to 2015. I was playing really well. So I'm playing Grandmaster Joey. Okay, here we go. Knight f6, knight f3, e6, bishop g5, c5. Now, I took his knight off. He took with a queen. e6, I played e3. Played d5, played knight b5 to d2. Played knight c6. So I played pawn here. I'm just playing a solid game, waiting for a mistake. I played bishop d6. He's playing well. So I pinned his knight. I thought, well, I know what I'll do. I'll pin his horse. He castled, so I castled. He played e5. So I thought, great, well, I'll take your knight. He took back, so I took his pawn. He took, I took, he took. And I thought, great, so I'll attack your pawn now, knight to b3. And now he played rook to b8, which is a good move. So I took his pawn off. He played queen to g5. And he can't take the pawn. The Grandmaster realised, oh no, I can't take the pawn. Why can't he take the pawn? Well, knight here will attack his queen and the castle. So I've got him. I've got the Grandmaster already. 14 moves and the Grandmaster's beaten. So he played queen to g5. And I played f4. And I said, go away, little Grandmaster. He played queen to e7. Now he's attacking me. So, what did I do? Well, I played b4, and he took a pawn with check, and he's back in the game, so I played rook f2. He took a pawn, he's coming at me, played a3, he played a5, played rook f3, go away, little Grandmaster. Played queen to f6, I played rook to b3, go away, little Grandmaster. He played bishop g4. He's attacking. So I played queen to f1. Played a takes b4. I played rook takes b4. I thought, go away, little Grandmaster. He took, I took. He played queen to d4, check. So I played king h1. He played queen takes c5. So I took his queen off. He got it all mixed up. Silly old Grandmaster. And so there we are. So that's how you beat the Grandmasters. I wonder if I've beaten the Grandmaster. This is how I beat the Grandmaster series. My games. I'm going to do the advanced search. And I'm going to put my games, all recent games, any result. Well, one by checkmate. I'm going to win by checkmate, right? Title's got to be a Grandmaster. Okay. Doesn't matter what thing. And now search. So I'm searching out of 143,343 games. So I played 143,343 games. Now, how many games have I beaten the Grandmaster by checkmate out of 143,000 games? Well, I've only beaten the Grandmaster by checkmate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So we beat Grandmaster Skim, 25-45. We beat the Grandmaster Guess Chess or whatever. Grandmaster File, we beat Max Illingsworth in 60 moves. He was rated 2,626. We beat Grandmaster Vinaya in 33 moves with checkmate. That sounds good, doesn't it? And we also beat Grandmaster Cassoulet in 33 moves. We'll have a look at the final positions of the shorter games. That's a nice checkmate. That's this one here. I was black and I beat the Grandmaster in 33 moves. Okay, and what else? So have a look down here. Oh gee, I checkmated the Grandmaster. That was terrible. That was a butcher job. And that was a good trick job. A good trick job. That was 2022, was very recent. I don't know which one to show you, to tell you the truth. 70 moves though. "21 moves. I'm going to do a review on this game because I don't know about the accuracy levels. Oh my God, I played with 92.8% accuracy. I love it. I love it. I've got to show you this game. D5, we're playing Grandmaster File. No, File 7070 is from Portugal. We took a pawn off and he's played knight f6. He's played the centre counter, or otherwise known as the Scandinavian defence modern Icelandic palm gambit. So I played c4, book move, played e6. I took the pawn off and apparently it's a book move. And he took back and I played d4, it's a book move. And then he played queen e7, and apparently it's a question mark move, but it's a trick move. So I played bishop e3, best move. Played knight c6. He wants to throw the kitchen sink at me. So I thought, I'm not having any of that. So I just developed a knight. Not the best move, but I prevented him winning a pawn. And he castled. So, what do I do here? Well, I push the pawn forwards. And I should have moved my bishop out, but I didn't. He took it off and he got an exclamation mark. I took back and he played knight takes pawn, star move, and the position's apparently equal. Even though I've got an extra piece, the position's equal. So I played queen to b3, not the best move. And he played knight takes bishop. Well, he played the wrong move. He should have probably played queen checks or something. Anyway, I took back and he played pawn here. Exclamation mark, so the Grandmaster knows what he's doing. He's trying to butcher me very quickly. But I played bishop hits knight, not the best. He played knight hits queen. He won't leave me alone. So I played queen to c3. Excellent move. It says you win time by threatening to a rook, forcing it to move away. Because I'm threatening a knight and I'm threatening a castle. Anyway, he played bishop g7, so I took his bishop. But do you know when he played bishop e7, bishop g7, that's a double exclamation mark move. Yeah, double exclamation mark. It's a fantastic move by the Grandmaster. The chess engine gives it a double exclamation mark. Anyway, I took it, And he played rook on the h file to e8. But it's a wrong move. Oh, sorry, no. He played queen takes e3 check, which is the best move. And then I played bishop e2, which is an exclamation mark. And then he played rook on the h file to e8. But that's the wrong move. He could have created an X-ray attack through two pieces. Now, what would the move be? What would the X-ray attack between two pieces be? It's an X-ray attack. Pretty scary, the old X-ray attack. An X-ray attack. I wonder what they mean by that. But this is what he played. It must be hard to see. It says, what's the correct move? Best move is, oh, hold on, I'll go back here. Okay, he played rook on h file to e8. Where's his best move? Where is it? I can't see. It's in red or something. I'll get my magnifying glass out. Still can't see it. It's in sort of red. I wonder what the best move was. Oh, he should have played check there. Oh my God, don't tell me he had that move. So in this move, he gave me the check. Oh, he should play queen check here. Oh, of course he should. Oh my God, he missed that. So I played rook. He played rook there, threatening checkmate. I played knight c3, and now he hasn't got the check, and I'm protecting the bishop. Oh my God, so he's missed, the Grandmaster missed a great win against me. So he played rook to d3, the Grandmaster's still attacking. So I played king to f1. Excellent move, the engine says. He played rook takes c3. Wow. But now white can't stop black from winning material if he makes the right moves. So I took with the queen. And he played queen takes e2 check. He played king to g1. He played queen there, so I played rook here, threatening checkmate. I finally got a threat. Wow, it took me a long time to get a threat. He played pawn hits knight, and I checkmated him. I think at that stage he'd had enough. He'd thrown everything at me and didn't manage to beat me. So that's how I beat Grandmaster File in 33 moves. Oh, 33 moves, was it? 21 moves. I beat him in 21 moves. Okay, I beat him in 21 moves. Well, what about this Grandmaster here, Castellet? I could show you a nice, pretty checkmate. This is a 3-minute game too. I think it might have been from late title Tuesday, way back on August 10, 2011. So I'm playing Grandmaster Castellet. It's fun to watch these Grandmasters and how they can lose these games. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay. Okay, So he's playing the white pieces. Played like a Scotch game, Scotch Gambit or something. Played c3, so I pushed the pawn. I thought I don't want to get into his favourite little gambit games. He took a pawn. I played d5. I thought I'll just get my pieces out. I played knight to f3, so I thought I'll take that. He took. I took his queen because I'm very good at endgames. King takes d1. So my first move, knight f6, attack a piece. So now he moves back, bishop d3. So I thought, well, great, I'll develop my knight. Gave me a check. So I played bishop e6. So he plays knight g5. He wants to attack my bishop. So I castled. I thought, you can take that rotten pawn. I'm happy. I castled. Because I'm threatening rook takes bishop check. So he played knight takes e6. So I took his rook, played king c2, I played rook d7. And we both got 6 pawns each, and I've played perfect chess. So he took my bishop, I took back, he played bishop g5. He wants to double my pawns. So I played rook hits rook, right? So that way now he takes, but my knight takes. Now I don't have to worry about the pawns being doubled. So he develops a piece, and I played f6. I chased him away, went there. I thought, well, I'll chase him again. He played bishop g3. So I played knight g7. And the idea is to play knight here. He played h4. So I played knight there anyway, knight f5. He took a pawn, so I played knight takes g3. He takes, I take, and he played knight e4, which is a good move. It hits 2 pawns. So I played rook e7, a very accurate move. Because now if he plays knight takes pawn, I can give him a dirty, big, filthy check. Keep him honest. So he played knight to g5. So I gave him a check. He played king to b3. So I played rook takes g2. He played back. He wanted to hold his pawn and play rook here and take this pawn. So he's trying to be cheeky. So I played b6, perfect play, because now his knight can't go there. So he played rook h1. He's out to win again, the Grandmaster Cassoulet. He's trying to beat me. So I played rook hits knight. He played rook h4. He's protecting his knight. So I gave him a check. And he played king to a3. So I gave him another check. And he played king to b4. It's then that we took his pawn off. And he played knight to f6. He's after this pawn. He wants to win with this pawn. He's telling me that he wants to win with that pawn. So I gave him a check. And he says, I'm coming to get you. He's playing king to b5. He wants to play king here and mate me. Right? King to b5. So I played king to b7. So he took a pawn off. So I gave him a check. He didn't see the check. And he's only got one move. He has to play knight here, and that's checkmate. Isn't that lovely? And that's how I outplayed Grandmaster Cassoulet in the endgame, right? Beautiful endgame by black. Beautiful endgame. Perfect play. And I played at a rating performance of 92, I think it was, or 96% accuracy. So that was really good. So I enjoyed that game. I hope you enjoyed that game of how I beat the Grandmaster in 33 moves and checkmated him, right? And I hope you enjoyed that game. It was a lovely checkmate. A nice theme, the way the knight blocked the escape squares. He never did get to push that G-pawn, did he? See, that's where the Grandmaster thinks, I'm going to beat this guy. He's only an FM. He can't be that good at the end games. Then they get a shock. They say, oh, my God, He outplayed me in the endgame. Well, I did. I outplayed him in the middle endgame to get equality. Then I outplayed him in the endgame as well. This is where, even though you may not know all the latest theory against the Grandmasters, if you practice your endgames, you can be just as strong as them. So then all you have to do, this is the chess secret, right? All you have to do is then you've got to avoid being checkmated, right? Avoid being checkmated in the opening. Don't get outplayed in the opening. Just hang on to the middle game, get through to the middle end game. And once you're in the end game, you can be the Grandmaster too. Because some of them are terrible at their end games. They know all the latest theory, they study, but they can be a bit weak in some of the end games. And that's where you can grab them. Here we go. Billion14 would like to have a game. He's 1276. From Australia. Don't know where that is. No, I'm streaming from Australia. Oh, nice 17 move checkmate there against Billion14. He fought like a tiger and died like a pussycat. Meow. I'm back. And I'm not going away either. He hasn't got time. He just hasn't got time to do it. Well, the reason he resigned is Queen takes knight wins. And we've got Harrison Utes, the mighty, powerful Harrison Utes. Got a very bad pawn. Very bad pawn, Harrison. Bad pawn. Bad pawn, Harrison. Bad pawn. As a matter of fact, it's gone. Once you move the knight back, it's the only move that lost the pawn. The only move that lost the pawn. Harrison found it. Oh, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. He's got 4 or 5 pawns and I've got 7, so he's in trouble. Let's improve our game, eh? That'll improve our game. That'll improve our game. That's a good move. I've got no structural weaknesses. It's good to have no structural weaknesses, isn't it? There we go. So I'll just put my queen along this diagonal again. It's a lovely diagonal. Here he comes. He wants me to check him and take his castle. So I will. Ouch! Gee, that hurts, Harrison. That would hurt a lot. He's going that way. It's time to push a pawn and cause my opponent some grief. Well, we could always give him a check. He has to put the bishop in. He's got a problem. What's his problem? Well, we could take that pawn and we're pinning that knight against that queen. My God, he's in trouble. He's in big trouble. He's gone there. Not a bad idea. I could almost checkmate him, but I won't. I'm going to play a rook here, which is a nice move. What a lovely little move. I got this knight. This knight's pinned something terrible. Oh, look at this. He wants me to take the pawn. I'm threatening checkmate. You're still on the knight. You haven't saved the knight. Even though you've given up the queen, you haven't saved the knight. There's a check here. Oh, I'm getting closer. That's mate. We never did take the knight, did we? We never did take the knight. But the pin against the knight was deadly. The pressure, the sheer pressure on the old Newtsy. Okay, so he's going here. I'll go here. Ouch! Checkmate. Almost. Close. Almost. It's almost checkmate. Put some more on that knight. Really want that knight. Checkmate. Got him in the mating net. He tried to escape, didn't you, Harrison Utes? You tried to escape. He wanted to escape. He couldn't escape the clutches of the master. He couldn't escape the clutches. I don't know about this move. I'm not sure about that one. I don't know whether I can hang on with correct play. I thought he had a good go. Here he comes. Here he comes to save the day. It's Mighty Mouse. Well, I like endgames. You know that. You know how much I love endgames. I'm ruthless in the endgame. Absolutely ruthless. And he knows it now. He says, John, he says, in the endgames, you are ruthless. You are ruthless, Johnny, in the endgames. You are totally ruthless. Oh, bloke won. It was checkmate next move. Damn! Bloke won on time. Anyway, my rating is 2206, so I'm doing all right. I can't complain. We're playing Bishop E. The game could turn very quickly now.
Yeah, White's got a good game there, unfortunately. I've played a few bad moves. No 10-minute games, thank you. Thanks for asking, but don't want to play a 10-minute game. Is this the board? Is this board named Carrot Pie? Why is that? Carrot Pie. I don't understand that. I'm going to play D4. Playing After Orange. After Orange is from Sweden. Thank you for the game, After Orange. It's 21.53. We were looking at the King's Indian 4 points attack this morning, weren't we? Is that what you're thinking? That's what I was thinking. He wants to play B5. That's to prevent B5. It's the main preventive.
Interesting. It's the best move on the board. You missed checkmate. You missed checkmate. So I can play rook checks. And there was a draw against after Affy Orange 11. It's a good game. I tried to playing Bolly Bullet now. Yeah, it was a very tense game, wasn't it? He was a good player. I tried to be cheeky and to play the King's Indian 4 pawns attack. I did. I tried to be cheeky. Now he's missed this combination. Whether it's good or not, we'll find out eventually. It looks okay. The correct move was knight takes knight. He missed it. That was the best move. Now I play check and queen takes, and I'm just a pawn up. So he missed the best move. He should take the pawn. He's on this pawn here, and I haven't really got a proper defence against it. But now I've got knight here. He's running short of time. I didn't play that well. Is it complicated, I suppose? He's got no time on his clock, so I can go in for the complications. Yeah, he resigned. But he actually had some play there, and he missed the best moves. He had some sharper moves, but he missed the best ones, which is good for me, I suppose. But still, I didn't play it the best. Now, what's the right way to play a position like this? What's the right way to play a position like this? Okay. Bishop to knight 5. Michael likes flour, trying to bully me. He's trying to bully me. I'm the big bully in the room, not him. He's not the bully. I'm the big bully in the room. If there's a big bully in the room, it's me. Right now, I'm probably threatening Queen to D6. The idea of knight check. Well, let's just take his queen off. It's a good move. And castles, give him a check. Push a pawn. Knight here. We're throwing a check there. He resigned. He didn't like the game. Okay. I'm playing the volley bullet now. Remember, he's dangerous. That guy's dangerous. we got the Bolly Bullet. Checkmate. Rook check, king here, check, and mate. Hey, Michael likes flour. Another great improving chess player has just stepped up to the plate. How long do you trust a can of tuna in the fridge for? About 3 days. 3 days. I've got quite a few cans of tuna in my fridge there. My wife likes tuna with the spring water, and I like tuna with the onions and stuff in it. He's given me a pawn, and he really doesn't appear to have any clear compensation for the pawn. It's a complicated position, so he's using up a lot of time. We won on time. It's a very tricky position. I think black's sort of just holding on. Black's just holding on. All right, and we'll see what we can risk our 2205 rating. It's 11:58 a.m. Been streaming for nearly 4 hours and a few minutes. So we'll see how we go. G'day, Coma01, my wonderful subscriber, Coma01. G'day, mate. How you going? Hello, Uncommon King. I haven't forgotten you or 11 years. Gonzarigi. G'day. So we're playing for Orange. We played a good game against him earlier. He put up quite a bit of a battle there. I think we've got enough play for the exchange here. He's got a lot of weak squares. He has a lot of very weak squares. Going in here now. He's in trouble. Bishop takes knight check. What a big threat that is, eh? Bishop takes knight check. He's found a defence. He's got rook here. Oh, he's found. Checkmate. We got him. Now for orange. Boom. Ah, the old pressure. The pressure. He cracked under pressure. So his best move here, he played queen takes e4. See, his best move is knight here. Knight there. That stops the checkmate. I don't know how I'm going to win this then. He might be okay then. It's not easy. I'll probably have to play a move like rook here and hope to get rook here or rook here. It's not easy. Not easy. Rook here is probably my only move. And after rook there, I've got pawn here and pawn there, trying to open up his king as well. So, but it's a lot of play when you've only got 40 seconds on the clock. I want to thank everybody for coming in today. I want to thank all those people that subscribe to my channel. I want to thank the people in the chat that are right there now. Uncommon King, 11 years, who says, Alekhine used the 4 points attack in the New York 1924 tournament. Result was +1 -1 equals 2 Wikipedia. Well, there you go. The 4 points attack, Alekhine. I'd like to see the game. New York 1924, 4 points attack. Gee, I'd like to see it. Especially the game that he won. G'day, Gonzarici from Argentina. G'day, mate. Baby is here. Only win from disconnect says, got him in a pressure cooker. That happened to me earlier, he said. All right then, so I'm tempted to go with 11 years to see Alekhine, New York 1924, 4 points attack. Got to have a look at it, haven't we? Alekhine, New York 1924, 4 points attack. Oh, we've got to try to find it. So we're going to try to find it. New York 1924, Alekhine. And Alekhine, right? I tried to type it in. It didn't come up. I typed in all the words. Come on, machine. It's jammed. I've jammed the rotten thing. I want to look at Alekhine, New York 1924, 4 points attack. I can't get off this thing. I'll get out of it this way. It's jammed, the computer's jammed. Jammed doing a search. Oh, here it is. I found him, Alexander Alekhine. No, you fool! You fool, computer. Alexander Alekhine, 4 pawns attack. God, it's jammed again. Games database. Come on, games database. I'll try again. Games database. And we're going to go to the advanced, right? Opening. I'll try to find the player first. Just trying to search on 3 letters. It's gone mad. The computer's gone mad. All right, then. We'll just go look for... Crikey, what's going on here? I'm going to try one more time. Okay, so we want to explore games, explore database. Okay, I want to do the advanced search. Right. Year 1924, you reckon? It's not coming up for some reason. I'm going to go back and do it another way. Stupid computer. All right then. So I'm going to go back into games database. Now I'm going to look for, where's Alekhine? Where is Alekhine? Can't find him. There's a good player. Abhimanyu Mishra, Abhimanyu. Gee, his play's fantastic. Little genius, isn't he? No, it's not searching properly. They've got a problem with their computer, obviously. They've got a problem with their computer. Okay. It just won't let me. Here, Alexander. Oh, hold on. Alexander, not Grishchuk. Got him, Alexander Alekhine. Right. Now we want the 4 pawns attack. King's Indian, so 4 pawns attack would be with E4, wouldn't it? E4. Wonder what the guy played. No, he wouldn't play that, would he? No games with that position. Well, I'm trying to find the bloody games with the advanced search. I know. Last time I'm going to try to find it this way. King's Indian, 4 points attack. Player 1. Probably takes a while to search for it. I think chess.com's database might be a problem, or me or something, I'm not sure. Normally you just go in there and you type in a keyword and up should come 1924. 4 points attack, Alekhine, defense opening theory. Oh, here, comes up. Here it is. 4 points attack, Alexander Alekhine. There you go. We've got it. That chess engine's bloody good, isn't it, eh? When you think of all the millions of games that they look at, artificial intelligence is fantastic. Anyway, we're looking at the great, the one and only, because he was very unique, Alexander Alekhine. And we have to thank Uncommon King and our good friend Baby and company for giving us this wonderful game. Alexander Alekhine, 1924, played in New York, USA, against Frederick Yates. Now, Yates was no mug. He was 2,470. D4 by the great Alexander Alekhine, champion of the world. He was. He used to get a trophy for that too. He did. Alexander Alekhine, you got a trophy for the championship of the world. You get a trophy. You get a wreath over your head. You get all the flowers coming down. You get the whole works. You usually get a good money purse. But if the great grandmasters today play for the world title and they get a good money purse, they can thank Bobby Fischer, because Bobby Fischer made chess what it was today, what it is today. F4. We have the King's Indian 4 pawns attack. Yes, we do. And you know who's playing it? Alexander Alekhine. Wow. You'd be terrified if someone threw the 4 pawns at you like that. But if it was Alekhine, you'd have real problems. He castled. Knight F3 was played. This is what I played in my game today. Knight C6. Now this is passive. Bishop E2. It doesn't affect Alekhine. Knight to D7. He says, come and get me, baby. Alekhine doesn't worry about that. He just brings his pieces out, you see. He says, I'll come and get you. He says, I'll come and get you when I'm ready. E5. This is a good strike manoeuvre. Yates is no mug. We're going back to 1924, and Frederick Yates is playing virtually all modern theory. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes, and now D5. It's a powerful move. He's got spatial advantage. Oh, look at this. Here he comes. He's got the old C4 move in. C5. C4, C5. He's got spatial advantage everywhere. Oh, and up comes A5. Doesn't seem to affect Alekhine, though. Castles. Knight there. Okay, he's threatening a pawn. So we've got to worry about that, have we? Plays knight to A5. Knight to A4. I love it. I love the move. I love this man. I love this Alekhine bloke. What a chess player. Queen to E7. He's threatening the pawn. Rook C1. He protects it. Oh, gee. Alexander Alekhine. What I like about Alekhine is the clarity. The clarity. He's got a clear mind. Clear, beautiful mind, the way he thinks. You can see that in his chess. H6. You know why black plays H6 in this position? It's because it's a pathetic move, but he can't find any other move to play. He's totally in a bind. Bishop takes knight. There he goes. He's taken that knight off. Rook takes. That's all for a reason. Pawn hits knight. Do you know why he hits the knight? It's a simple displacement theory, and that is the knight's defending this square. So if you move the knight with the pawn, you can then play bishop hits queen and win the rook. Isn't that logical? See what I mean about clarity of mind, right? Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes. Knight moves, and now bishop there. Isn't that nice and clear, isn't it? Very clear cut. Queen went back. Bishop takes rook. And now bishop takes. And now what do you play here? There must be a real good clear-minded move. Knight back. So he recognises that he must give up the pawn. So he wants to play his knight into a beautiful central square. And rook takes, and now knight to D5. Isn't that logical? Okay, so now if you play rook takes rook, he could even give you a check. Play rook to D6. Now rook takes pawn. He's right into him. So this is a fascinating game. Knight to A6. I like it. I like the way he's playing. Rook to C3. This is probably the most accurate move of all time. Knight to B4. I like it. Again, black's playing well. He's trying to create counter chances. Knight takes pawn. Why can he play knight takes pawn? Can you see why he can play knight takes pawn? Well, I'll tell you why. If he takes the knight, rook takes bishop is playable. It's brilliant stuff. It's all very clear and concise. What a player. Bishop hits rook. Now, the knight's threatened. So what does he do? Knight there, knight to c4. And the balance is clear. He's threatening knight takes rook, protecting everything. Bishop takes knight. Rook takes bishop. Queen to e5. Black is trying to hold the position. How can is there any other really clear moves that we can see? I like queen to f3. I wonder if he chose queen to f3. He did. Queen to f3. Pawn there, and now knight takes knight, I'm sure. Yes, he wants to eliminate the minor piece from the game, and that only leaves the major pieces. And now pawn takes pawn. Look at that. Isn't that clear? Nice and clear. Rook there. And now, what would you play in this position? Rook g4 looks good. Queen there. He likes queen there better. It's just a clear move, isn't it? It's just a nice, clear move. Bishop checks, king moves, and now rook takes pawn. It's threatening mate, so rook takes rook is correct. Okay. And that is the end of the game. So that was the 4 pawns attack played by Alexander Alekhine against Frederick Yates. And with that, that's the end of my game, end of my stream. And I want to thank all 26 wonderful viewers. We've got 26 viewers. But more importantly, I want to thank all those people that were with me today. We're going to do a raid now. Going to raid International Master Rosen, Eric Rosen. Haven't raided him for a while. You'll love Eric Rosen if you haven't watched him before. Most people will know Eric Rosen. He's a strong international master, great friend of chess, a real gentleman, and a great commentator, and a lovely gambit player. He loves his chess gambits. We're doing our raid now, raiding Eric Rosen.